the Carolina Panthers and quarterback Sam Darnold a long way to go to get to a Super Bowl. The Panthers desperate to get a franchise quarterback. They tried it with Teddy Bridgewater. Didn't work. Now Sam Darnold met with the media today in Carolina for the first time. Here he is talking about his 3 years with the New York Jets.
Before the trade happened, I always thought that, I could make it work in New York. Just being honest, I really did. And like I said, my goal has never changed, even though there was speculation about me getting traded. I always, believe that I can make it work and that we were going to get pieces and just be able to, win some games in New York and go to the playoffs and eventually win a Super Bowl. When I heard the news that they wanted to trade me, it was tough. Anytime you're not wanted somewhere, that's always, a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, 4 years ago, this is a guy who was entering his final year at USC with the presumption that he could be the top pick in the 2018 draft. He ended up third overall. The Jets traded up to get him, gave up 3 second-round picks with the 6th overall pick to get to 3 and take Sam Darnold. They decided after 3 years he wasn't the guy, and that has to be a huge blow to the ego, and he talked about that, the relief that he felt when he finally knew what was going to happen. The Jets don't want him, the Panthers do, so now the Panthers see what he has, and the reality is he better show something quickly or they will fall out of love as fast as they did with Teddy Bridgewater. We know that. What's your future, Sam Darnold, in Carolina? Well, talk to Teddy Bridgewater and you'll find out, because after 1 year, they may decide to move on from you and go roll the dice on someone else to be their franchise quarterback. That's where the Panthers are right now.
Oh, yeah. Huge year for Sam Darnold, Mike. And you look at the quarterbacks who potentially could become available in 2022. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, depending on what happens with him. But we're talking about big-time franchise quarterbacks. I know those guys are older, but do you not think that the Panthers and that owner would not jump at one of those guys if they got the opportunity to trade for one of those guys? There's no question, unless Sam Darnold comes out and does what he didn't do in New York and become the franchise quarterback that the Jets thought they were drafting with the 3rd overall pick, Mike. But you know what? The glare is going to be a lot less in Carolina than it was in the New York market for sure. So he's got a chance to go and reset and try to get it done. And we've seen it be done like this. Ryan Tannehill is a perfect example. Now, he was in Miami longer than what Darnold was in New York, but he went to Tennessee and hit the reset button and got another chance and made good on it. Used to, if your first team, the team that drafted you, said, we're moving on, that was it for you. You look at all those guys who never got that second opportunity, but Sam's getting his second opportunity just like Ryan Tannehill did. Now it's about making the most of it.
And once the Panthers pick up that 5th-year option, that's another $18.58 million fully guaranteed for Sam Darnold in 2022. He's going to make about $23-24 million over the next 2 years. So shed no tears for the guy who was rejected by the New York Jets because he landed in Carolina with that option poised to be picked up. He will be doing pretty darn well over the next couple of years. Here's Matt Rule, the coach of the Panthers, who talked up Cam Newton last year and has talked up Teddy Bridgewater. Now here he is talking up Sam Darnold, which may be, I don't know, the kiss of death.
We believe in Sam. We believe in his skill set. We believe in his approach. As you talk to people that know him, he's tough-minded, he's competitive, and we're really hopeful that this will be a great place for him, and this will be a tremendous time for him in his career.
Matt, what physical skills still jump out to you when you watch Sam Darnold on tape, despite, the documented struggles over the last 3 years?
I think when you see his arm talent, his ability to, I don't think there's a game that you watch where he doesn't make a play that makes you say, there it is. Can fit the ball into tight windows, can create with his feet. He moves around a ton. He creates plays with his legs, extends plays with his legs. And then you can just kind of see and feel his grittiness and his toughness. So I think his arm talent, his movement are a great fit for the players that we have here that he'll be playing with.
Okay, he's good enough to play in the NFL. We've seen that. Have we seen franchise quarterback traits yet for Sam Darnold? We haven't, or he would still be a member of the New York Jets. They had to decide bird in the hand versus franchise quarterback in the bush, and they're going presumably with Zach Wilson in the hopes that he takes them to that level where they contend every single year, regardless of what the quality is or isn't of the supporting cast. That's the quarterback everyone wants. Sam Darnold, you put the supporting cast around him, maybe he'll be good enough, Charean. That's what the Panthers are banking on, at least for now, until that option falls into their lap to get a true shortlist franchise quarterback if it comes next year or the year after that.
Yeah, I think he's going to get better coaching where he is now, and I think he has a better cast surrounding him right now. The Panthers can use that number 8 overall pick on best available, whoever that is, whether it's to help Sam Darnold in the offense or to help that defense. But he has weapons, Mike, and we know Robbie Anderson. They have a great connection, and Robbie Anderson had a career year last year. He's getting Christian McCaffrey back. He's got some weapons on that offense. He's got a better offensive line than what he has. He's going to have an opportunity to show that he can be that franchise guy that he thinks he is, and the Jets at one time thought he was.
Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers continue to have Teddy Bridgewater under contract, $33 million fully guaranteed, given to Bridgewater when they signed him last year. Here's Rule talking about the future of Teddy Bridgewater, which presumably will not be as a member of the Carolina Panthers. Here it comes. Trust me. Here it comes. I swear. I wouldn't lie to you. Here it comes. Here it comes. Teddy Bridgewater. Matt Rule.
I think you guys all know how I feel about Teddy as a professional. As a person, I believe that he can win as a quarterback in this league. I believe that he can move the ball and do good things. I believe that whatever situation he walks into, he's going to walk in with a great attitude. So, but in terms of what will happen, I honestly would have to say, we'll have to wait and see how things play out, over the coming weeks. For him and for us.
Yeah, here's how it's going to play out. It's simple. They're either going to trade him or they're going to cut him. That's how it's going to play out. And if they trade him, they may have to pay part of the $10 million fully guaranteed that he's already due to make. He's going to have to agree to take less than the $17 million that he's due to make in salary this year to facilitate a trade. If he wants to draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not taking a penny less than $17 million, he's eventually going to get cut, and the Panthers will pay him the difference between whatever he makes somewhere else, maybe with the Buccaneers at $1.075 million, and the $10 million fully guaranteed he's due to make this year. That's it. He's going to be traded if he's willing to cooperate, and there's a team out there that's willing to cooperate, and the Panthers are willing to pay a little bit of that money, or he's going to get cut. It's that simple. They're not paying him $17 million to be on the roster this year, Charean.
Yeah, no question about that. We know Teddy Bridgewater is moving on somewhere else. And if I'm the Panthers, I try to trade him wherever I can outside the division, because there's a good chance if he gets cut, he can go take the minimum and, hey, go back to New Orleans, go to Tampa. There's lots of options there in the division for Teddy Bridgewater if he's going to be a backup, if he's not going to get a chance to start somewhere. So if I am the Panthers, I want to trade him, and I want to trade him somewhere else. I don't want to take the chance that he's going to come back and beat me and have some demons left over from cutting him, Mike. So I'm going to trade him wherever I can outside the division.
Of course, if I don't believe in him, then it's a Trojan horse. Like, go ahead, play for the Buccaneers. Well, sure, take him. Sure, we think he's not very good. Although I think he's the guy that he always was. I think he was no different last year than he ever had been. I just think that David Tepper, the owner of the team, is so intent on getting a franchise quarterback that Teddy Bridgewater's not good enough. And there's a chance a year from now, the conclusion is going to be Sam Darnold is not good enough.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.